Greetings and welcome back. I needed to do a little bit of frantic gathering and placing at the end of the day. So what ended up happening here is I had a set of things that were supposed to go on. I needed I had the needs of the villagers to finish up, right? And I was at a weird place with them where I had a bunch of food being made and I had a bunch of jobs. And of course there we are. First day of autumn, and I did not have seed bags in a number of places. Now, interestingly enough, a person asked a question a while back that said, how long does a stone axe last? And at the time of the question, I think it only lasted 3 days. And now, I am having trouble determining how long it lasts. So I think it was 4 days, honestly, but I don't have a good answer for that one yet. So that tells me I gotta get on that. So we're going to investigate that here. That's going to be a trick. We're going to watch the rate that this drops. So we are here with Akko. And after today, it's time to make note of that. Yeah. We're also in an interesting spot because I have a lot of surplus, finally. And I also have a lot of problems with tools. So pickaxes are going to be a thing. And again, this is a thing I'm noticing too, and I'm curious about the update. You look at the increases, we're going up by 0.15 each time until we get to Masterwork, which honestly I'm not going to make Masterwork tools for my people unless I have a massive surplus of resources, and that's not early game for me, that'll be late game for me. So for now, I honestly don't care about the difference between a 1 and a 1.15 and a 1.3, comparing that to what I could do for making money and then expanding my work. Anyhow, those are just side thoughts. So we need more people, obviously. That's the next goal here. I've got the roadways started. We're starting to flesh out some things. And I needed to run away from here because I needed to finish what I was doing down there. Now, if I remember right, of course we have a massive collection. We have a glut of logs, if you will, right? We're starting to get to a point where we're overproducing certain things. And I will show you a couple quick things I noticed as well. I left myself in the tanning area for a very good reason, because that turns out that it was a thing I wanted to point out for y'all, and we'll see what happens with 1.0, whether they have it updated or not. But it's and I gotta remember to put something out in the forum to just have that thought out there. It's really tight inside some of these buildings for spacing for some of the things you got placed down. Hey, look at that. Not enough oh yeah. Ice. Ah, waiting for seasons to change. Alright, well anyway. Ooh, we're out of rope. You and your rope. Boondock Saints. If you remember that movie. Ah, it's from a ways back. But Boondock Saints. You and your rope. Great. And really interesting movie. I suppose I don't know. Some people like it, some people won't. But that was a movie we watched quite a bit back in the day. Alright, so we have our setup. Now you obviously can tell I don't like, and you won't like where these things are placed either. But this is the thing that stood out to me. So here is my paper maker. Now there is not a ramp anywhere on this thing. Now that's another thing I gotta put these things in the forum, dang it. So if I try to put this thing somewhere, it really helps to press the red button, right, yo? There we go. So if I try to place this somewhere with a hill, right? Like let's say I wanted to build it near the water because, I know that they're going to be coming down here a lot to gather water to process paper. Yeah, look at that. How am I supposed to walk in the door? All right, let's walk in the door. Yeah, that's how you walk in the door, villager. Go for it. Not a favorite thing. And so that's why you're seeing it on top of the hill. What'll end up happening is I'll probably end up moving this beast all the way to a different area. So for now, maybe we'll just kind of... With this whole limitation on the hills, I might just have to leave it sit like that. Alright, anyway. Alright, in order to finish up some of the key things I want to do, I want to get this village kind of finalized, right? So I'm thinking I need 4 more workers here before I finalize this thing out and be done with it. I was waiting to hire this gentleman on, because I don't want to have him taking up all of the needs for a day, right? Like, it's really convenient that I can just be like, oh, you poor boat. I have 1 sitting log. Clearly I need to increase the amount of sitting logs here. Alright, so let's get our guy a place to live, and let's go from there. And then we'll figure out some things. It's obviously nighttime, and I don't don't do the recordings at night, so I'll get us through the night here and we'll see you the next day. I have a goal, of course. Ooh, a standard house that only has 2 beds in it. Now that is unacceptable. That is not how we go about things here. Oh. Furniture limit. Oh, this is my tiny house. Oh yeah, okay, right, got it. Fair enough. Alrighty, it's time to finish some things up here and get that last little thing I wanted to point out. So here, check this out. When I go into the tannery, I added a food storage. And why? Well, because when I'm doing my tailoring work, I sometimes need to make seed bags. So I wanted access to food. That definitely overstocked me here. So now look at this thing. I mean, oh, I really hope they make some of these buildings bigger, honestly. Like, it's just, there's a real need for some of these buildings to be bigger. The smithy, tailor's workshop, honestly, I think those should be much bigger. Next step is maybe make a barracks. I think I might actually go that route again, just like in the last one where I used the large houses as kind of like a barrack structure, or maybe a makeshift temple region. So, through the night, what I will do is I'm going to finish my tool making, and tomorrow, in the day, I had somebody specifically request saying, hey, I've noticed you make these terraced fields in your videos, and can you show us how? And I'm going to gladly do that. It can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, so I do want to do that. So, my steps to get there are I need to make my bell in the other area, and then I'm going to wrap up some of the things for the night, since I have a number of things I got to do around here, just to keep up. Well, I wasn't sure if people would believe it, and I didn't get to it quick enough pressing the button to get myself started on this. Oops. So, yeah, definitely took out some boars. I apparently decided I'd pick a fight with them, and definitely picked a fight and got as far down in health as I could get away with. Look at that, almost dead. Fortunate. Well, then the other unfortunate thing is that I didn't bother bringing a knife. Oops. So, let's go make ourselves a knife and skin some boars. So my goal here right now is just go get some seashells, go get some things so I can sell. So I want to get a little extra money real quick, and I want to go get some of those items that'll help out in the village early on, such as I want to get some lamps up. So I'm going to go buy the paper lamps from the exotic goods trader in the temple. Interesting side note, I have a tanto in my inventory, and a tanto does not count as a skinning knife. Which makes sense, honestly, but still, I wasn't sure if everybody knew that. Oh look, we found ourselves another person. And I'm out here just thinking about, I do get a kick out of it, because like, I'm out here and I'm like, ooh, that's a region I'm going to control. Let's take it back for the people. I'm excited for the Let's Play, y'all. I'm excited for release date. I'm excited to see how we take regions. I want to figure that out with y'all, because I definitely want to see how that works, because that's going to be a huge part of what I want to do, is the whole, I've got a whole plan here, right? Like, I want to do the rebuild Sasogi, because I think that that's just a really, like, I think that's the right start to the game. It just makes sense for our character. It makes sense for how things begin here, and when you arrive on the island, the tragedy that they see and the fact that these people take them in, it just makes sense why we would help rebuild Sasogi rather than just going somewhere else and starting somewhere else. So I'm going to start with a heavy RP feel for that one, and then from there it's just, let's take back this world for these people. Let's take back our entire map for this. And I'm going region by region, like, I'm gonna own that region. I'm gonna own that region. I'm gonna own that region. It'd be rude of me not to record my fights, right? Dude, man, what you up to, man? That boy really have any health? Get out of here. Poke it, poke it, poke it. That'll do it. What are you doing out here all alone with only a knife? Ooh, rope. That's right. I forgot that I gotta make more rope. Alright, I better get on that. Better get on that one. Okay, y'all. I gotta focus. Gotta focus. Okay, we'll finish up this little bit. Ooh, just ended up with a massive pile more of things to get. And then it's time to go back. Now, I'm using a convenient trick, which is that I took my Traveler's Outpost as my fast travel area out here, and I got myself here quicker than I would have otherwise. Now, unfortunately, I didn't bring myself any iron, otherwise I'd be able to fast travel myself back. That would have been handy. Is that a good knife? Nope. That's gonna just go. Well, I started spending points on skills and realized I should probably document what I'm doing here, right? So I'm doing parry because I just realized in one of the attacks that I tried pressing a button and I'm like, oh, I guess that doesn't work and I'll just deal with it. But I need to parry, right? Like, that'll be handy. Sprint attack looks cool. I want it. I don't do the heavy attacks too often, so I don't know. Ooh, maximum HP. That's a good one. I will eventually want that. Fast dash. Yeah, of course I want all the cool special attacks. Just no question. Don't worry about that so much. I don't. That is, I could use more stamina. Cool, let's do that. As far as craftsman is concerned, I went with seasoned constructor. I'm aiming at this one so that it delivers more resources per hit. I'm kind of looking forward to that, right? And I guess that's it. Got tailed by a wolf. Ay, ay, ay. Jerk. And then we're off. Ooh, beautiful sunrise coming. I got turned around as well. Oops. So, let's see here. Who do we got here? Are you going to be a problem? Oh no, you're a person. Prospector? Oh, that's right. Yeah. And so, ends up telling us about the mining location here. I'm hoping there's a quest for that later on, but I guess we'll see. And now scrolling through here trying to figure out what I would want to do for villager needs for health, and I'm looking and seeing antidote is a big deal, and anti-poison. Those are kind of the big ones. I'm currently getting by on burn ointment because it's easy to do. I think this is where we're at. We're going to buy one of these two and make that happen. Yeah. Alright, exotic goods trader, let's go. I have a lot of things to buy from you. You know, honestly, it might not be a bad idea. I can finish a couple buildings and do something with them if I could just buy this right now. And I'm made of cash, right? I'm made of cash. So, we'll see about that. I think that might be a go. I do need to get some water issues cured at home. We'll do that. I do want 2 Inari statues because I'm limited right now. I didn't have enough. I think these would be fun, but we don't have the ability to build that shrine yet. Now here, this is worth 1,000, right? Interesting, right? You see that and you're like, huh, 1,000, huh? Yeah, and we can make those in our village for really, really cheap. So I want to get to that point. Oh, out of slots. Better start selling more things. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing with these fangs, so I think we're going to get rid of those things. Right? Nice. Now we're talking. Now we're selling stuff off. Now we're getting some of the money back and also getting some goods. I found a few things when I was out and about, of course. As you can see, I think, you know, I'm not a huge fan of wasting money on this because that's going to take a chunk of cash away from us, and I could just wait till winter, but it would be nice to have some of those things done. 800 though, seriously. I mean, that's a whole bunch. And I want to save that for unlocks, right? Like, so I'm not going to do that, and I'll show you why. Here's a trick, as I got to go back to our village for it. Alright, we're back. Now, I needed to drop some buckets into here to get a ton of water, because what I was noticing was I have a major shortage of water, it turns out. Because we're making the needs for water, but we are not overly making the needs for water, so I wanted to make sure we could get ahead. Ah yes, I know I have sake in my inventory. I know that there's sake there. So, next thing was, oops, why would I think the bell goes there? Here we go. Good to go. Now the chrysanthemum, I have them there for a reason. I meant to go somewhere for it. So let's check this. And then it's time to do that village bell placement. And then it's time for us to talk about that whole terracing effect, right? Alright, so for medicine. As I recall, anti-poison concoction. Boom, here we go. I just need to get warming drink? Oh, I should have done that. Alright, well, anti-poison, anesthetic, mosquito repellent, sickness medicine. As I recall, it was antidote, that's a big deal. Get anti-poison concoction. There we go. Purchase or get item warming drink. Warming drink? Oh, I can do this? Dude. Done. My bad. Should have done that earlier. Okay, now when we look at this, now we can do this. I need a stone jug and any poisonous mushrooms. Oh, are you kidding me? I got that. Okay. So I need stone jugs, a warming drink, and a poisonous concoction. That makes sense. Okay. Then that's where we're at. That's the next step. Alright. Poisonous mushrooms, huh? Tell you what, time to get these people in order, right? Now, I was going to save these people because I wanted to start the next village out, but I think let's just get going here. We have more than enough jobs in this area. We will get them in a place where they can... Hey, yo! We'll get them in a place where they can actually... Oop, don't take their bed, you jerk. Alright, let's see here. Let's get them a spot where we can get this rolling. I'm noticing a thing real quick here I just want to point out to y'all. So I'm going to have this person making cooked rice here in the cooking pot. Now, now this will give me 92 rice, yeah? Alright, so let's go here, and let's look at this dude. And let's go down to our sake area, our rice boiling barrel. Yeah, this dude, you're going to tell me that I need firewood for this. And we're going to do this, right? And that's going to get me 54 as output. I'm curious here. Tool slot, what do I need? A stirring tool. Alright, there we go. Now this is going to cost me 57 firewood and all of this rice. 456 and 57 water. Okay, so equivalent water, wood, and fire to get 57 rice. Okay, well, let's compare and contrast here, right? Because we are going to try to make sure we're making the best use of our villagers' time and best use of our resources. Alright, where's our cook? How did I miss that? Alrighty, big cooking pot, not the one. Oh, look, 92, and it only cost me water and rice. No, that's not happening. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. So that's, something for y'all to look out for as you're doing your thing here. Make sure that you have, don't waste your time with this job. Alrighty, let's see here. Now we're getting into a spot where we don't have so much choice, though. And this is where I need to start getting on top of things. So I need to change some of my workers over to making paper as the item, because I want that to happen. That's our next step. So that being the case, it does look like I do have a need here and a changing of jobs. So I want to make sure we get that going. Alright, I'm going to have somebody making a rope. I think that's where we need to be at right now. And 36 appears to be the max because I see. I don't have enough straw. So then we're going to have to up a couple things here. So then, that tells me... Park boiling, I do want that. Sunken hearth, yep, you want that. You there. Yeah, that's right, I did chrysanthemum. I don't think we want to go this route anymore. How about we get 60 of these? Because I need those poisonous mushrooms now. Which one is our poisonous mushroom? I think this is, but I also think this is poisonous. So let's go for that. 25 of them is not the best. I think I want more foragers, don't I? Yeah. Alright, well we better get rolling here, y'all. Alright, the next most important thing I think we can do here is start thinking about that next bell. So, what I'm going to do is sneeze shortly here, so I better watch out. Okay. Helps to be able to pause things when you gotta sneeze. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look and I'm going to see that that's the ghost of my current village. Now, you'll see that it kind of goes around the edge here into the water a bit. I don't want to spend building space on water, so I want to be sure that I get this bell kind of like in a straight line path out from our previous one. And by the edge of where this thing's circle touches, I'll be able to make my village and have the center. Oh, there we go. I was hoping this would be the spacing. Alright, so as I turn around, you can see I'm going in a straight line from that other village. Now this is going to make it so that I have two circles next to each other, but I do think it's worthwhile to have this in a straight line path from there. Oh, it's not facing the right way. Oh yeah, I didn't bring the stuff I need with me. I would do that. Alright, anyway, well, let's chop this beast down. So I think this area is going to look nice, and I think this will be a good addition, and kind of like a partner village, right? Side by side. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get this thing started. Boom. Perfect. New village. No. Alrighty, so Kuma. Wait. Tsu. Mokatsu. Sure I got that right. Kumoetsu Mokatsu. Translated literally means, and thank you, by the way, to Scorpio for the name. Literally means the bear always wins. It's fitting. It's very fitting. Alright, now, since I'm so busy doing things and not focusing on what I gotta do. Last step here. Gotta get this thing going and get our needs for the villagers in for the day. It does look like we are basically there, so I'm not gonna stress too much about that, but I was hoping to get one more worker into our forager's hut. And are we? Yes, I did have one more. Ooh, that's super convenient. I want to do the bark this person because there's just no reason. I can't get that to work. I'm pretty confident that this is a toxic mushroom. Now, the other thing I'm going to have them making, though, is grass, because I do note that I need grass. I need tons of grass. Okay, that should do it. Now, with this, I'm going to just... Oh yeah, that's right. The other job, the other key thing. We need to make sure that we have some people changing up what they're doing. Oh, wait, what? No, I do have paper logs. Yo, I knew I would be ahead of schedule. Well, I should have known I would actually be on it. Let's see here. Let's double check some things. I tend to do this job on my own just because all you gotta do is plop stuff in there. Boom, like that, see? And then you just drop it in the general storage. It tends to make it pretty easy. That should allow our person to do a good job here. What am I doing carrying around that nonsense? And it's probably time for me to make oil. So that being the case, I think my workers can take care of the rest. I'll do the paper over the night. That's the goal. Now, conveniently, I wasn't sure if this was going to happen, but it does look like when you place your structures in a bell, the next village over, even though it isn't actually factually, you know, none of these buildings are within this bubble, it still counts. Oh, look, I'm out of grasses. See this? This is the eternal problem. Oh well, we have a lily of grass in the area, we'll do it. Alright, anyway, this is going to be convenient. I wanted to make sure I had this general storage just because... Oh wait, hold up. No, this place is all going to be straw. And then I caused myself the problem. Nice. Alright, well anyway. There we go. Let's put it dry. Alright. Oh no, boo. Okay, now we have it set. We'll make that straw real quick. Alright, so now we have our new village, and I just took on a whole bunch more villagers. So let's get this going. And we do need to make sure that we actually have homes for them, but I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah, of course, because I have those new houses. And this will be us trying to push to get the next level of needs taken care of, and time to start making those kind of resource chain conduits going on so that we can make sure that we don't have to do as much work. It will also be worth noting that we have to, I hope we have to do spiritual needs finally. Oh, I might want to press the right button. Look at that, spiritual, and we're and we're already there. And we are going to need more security. Okay, so that's where I'm at. Needing maintenance and needing a ton more health. Yeah, okay, cool. And heating. Alright, well, those are the spaces we're going to work. Alright, with this, I've got the straw I need, and just building that quick thing took care of what I needed, really. And this will mark the start. Boom! That's it. We are now set. And it didn't give me the announcement that we needed it, so I am interested in the fact that I didn't actually need to do that. Oh well, I thought you always had to have those done. Alright, in order to make the terraced effect, I'm going to use this area as a demonstration. I don't think I'm going to keep this permanently, so I saved my game real quick, just so I could continue this village build and not necessarily keep the rice paddies here, unless it turns into kind of like a, oh yeah, actually, for sure, let's do that. So let's say we're going to do this. We're going to make terraced rice paddies. Alright, we go to basic structures, and we're going to go, we go to village structures, and we're going to go farming, and obviously we're going to pick out our water field and make sure we have enough of the resources we need. Okay, the way it works is that you need to have you want to stage it so you've got the highest one first, and then you kind of build back from there. I find that easiest to work with. And these always have to follow the contour lines of the terrain, so in other words, they have to sit at the height that the terrain's at, and they always go with the highest area. Now sometimes this is going to work. Ooh, now you see that it says lack of flat terrain, so this is too steep, so I got to restart and I got to find out where is my moment where I am not too steep. And this is, unfortunately, this is the hard part of it. Yeah, shoot, this is the hard part of it, is finding those areas that will actually allow you to build like a flat terrain. So this is just considered way too steep for me, so I'm gonna have to, maybe I can get away with here then. There we are. Now we're in a good spot. So this is allowing me to build. That says like a flat terrain. That surprises me. That kind of surprises me. I didn't think it was that big of a terrain flop to go there. What we're going to do is we're going to stop this spot here and we'll place it. And now we have, that's pretty high, right? And it's based upon the height of here. And so now I know that all the rest of the ones that I place, I'm basing it on the height that I place at highest. If I can get away with it, I can try to place up here. No, of course not, right? And do that. It does help to have an area where we can get away with some really nice, gentle slopes rather than these really quick slopes that we have here. And it is a little bit of trial and error, I'm not gonna lie. It is not simple to make this work. You kind of have to, there we go, so that's not bad. And again, this whole matching up thing is all about you finding where's that spot where you can build into. That looks, he stretched out a little farther in than I was expecting. So then from here, whenever I make my next one, now is there a way to line this up better? Could you use something to help you out? Yeah, you probably could. And I know that if I put a fence on this, I could probably get this to match up even better. But what I tend to do is I tend to just guide it, look, and then I make it and say, building's prohibited, that's because my character was in the way. You're going to note right now I'm way too steep, right? Like, I'm going to be missing a spot here. There's that big gap. I can always just destroy it and start over. Yeah, do I lose the resources? Of course, but I mean, at this point, we're not going to worry too much about it. So what I may want to do is double check how things went the first time. These do overlap a little and it's okay. Like now see that, how that's just inside of it? That's perfect. This is going to come out real nice. And if I want it to be a legit field, I could come all the way out. That's going to be blocked so I can come to here. I think that will look good. Too much further out and I think it's going to look a little strange. This could be argued to be looking a little strange for some, I'm sure. So as you make these alignments, you can kind of overlap a bit. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. So then I want to start on the side where I know that I have the most limitation. Like this part here is my greatest limiter. So I want to begin here and then I'll come out from it. And it looks like I was a little steep in that one. Oops. I'm going to have to go back and fix that. So I'll reload so I can make it so our villagers aren't all sad. I didn't realize that we hadn't had our production for the day. I was so confident that we already had. There we go. Now check that out. Now we have a couple terraced areas. If you want it to look really legit, you gotta have a good build area. As I'm making this, I'm not going to take this out of the video because I think it worked out alright and I think it's worthwhile, but I am going to make a separate video that's just focused on let's make a terraced farm in Sengoku, and I'll turn it into a short because apparently I haven't made shorts before for YouTube and I should learn how to do that. So you can look forward to seeing that in a bit. What I want to do now is I want to fix that mistake I just made. Alright, here's me trying to frantically race to get things done because I did not realize the people had, I thought the people had already taken care of their needs. That was me being forgetful across recordings, which is never good. So this is me trying to frantically get everything finished before the end of the day and making sure that we actually have what we need here. So now we should have everything here. We'll go E for that. And then I'm hoping that I can get this done in a real fast flash here, since that was a little bit of a boo-boo on my part. Now, let's see here. I do need poisonous mushrooms, and we do need to make some more of those other items. Security is a problem. Oh no, actually, health is great. We're good. Maintenance is adequate. That's a big one. We need to make sure we check that box. Security is a problem. I wonder if I can just change the job and the workers item. I should probably focus on that first. Who am I kidding? Let's do this. Alright, let's get that going. Now, do I need another watchtower? Obviously. For sure. Let's see here. Where is our guard tower? Can I get you a better weapon? And look, it is... Man, it's not going to allow me to get a little higher on that, is it? I wonder... I should have some resources. Let's build ourselves an even better weapon. Alright, now... let's see what we can do about that, right? If we can make this good, then... Ooh, look at that, yeah. Okay, okay. There we go. Look at that. Now, oh, my bad. Sorry. Eating-wise, maintenance-wise, maintenance is tight. We're going to have to worry about that. Health is okay. We're going to be able to do that as soon as we get our poisonous mushrooms in stock. Also, you'll note that with jobs, I also have the paper maker, the boiler. Paper bark, 1 out of 74. That's good. 2. Why does it say only 1? I wonder. Probably because we're going to run low. Alright, we need to get our firewood situation taken care of, and I think it's time to assign a job for that, honestly. Like, that's where we're at with this. Is we are at a position where I just can't sit here and not have a worker at that charcoal maker. And look at us doing our placements for those things, and people can't actually navigate. Sigh. Sigh. There we go, and then we go into our population. We find our person who is working the land field, and we tell them to do their work. And we are good. Perfect. Okay. Sorry about that little mix-up there. That was me. I could have swore that this was actually the other day. Alright, well, I hope that the guide on how to make the terraced fields worked. I will say that this is not at the level I was hoping for terracing, but a lot of it is just working with the terrain. You really do need to choose a space that works. For the next video, I think it's time for us to take care of this training area. That's going to be a big one. I like that idea. I could even think about doing terracing there. Alright, with our maintenance done and with our day done, we have more people. Look at that. We're going to be real low on some of those, but that's where the new jobs need to come in, right? Like, I need to start automating these things, and that's exactly what's going to happen next time around. Looks like we have more need of rice bags, and I think that that's where I'll begin. So with that, the rest of this is me just taking care of all of these things. For those who are interested, we did just get all of the poisonous mushrooms, and let's go figure out what we can do. Oh, let's be ridiculous, because we already know that we did our work for the day, so it's okay for us to do this now. Might as well just keep spamming in new villagers, right? Done. I don't want to give you a job yet because I need you as my first board cutter. Alright, and my character probably should eat. I should probably stop starving this guy to death, right? Isn't that just a decent thing to do? Done. Good enough, man. You go for it. So let's check out what it looks like. Health-wise, where are we at? Oh yeah, I didn't make the stone jugs. And here we are making massive stacks of stone jugs. You have to make them at the stone workers workstation, or I can assign a worker to it, obviously, so there is that. Next steps for me, obviously, get the automation set up so we don't have to think about maintenance anymore. We can start getting everything in the green, and then it's just us focusing on building the village up. Then double checking and dialing in how many logs we need for things, and it's time to really get some of those paper lanterns up everywhere and start beautifying things. Because at this point, I think we're getting established. Once we get to a point where I feel like we're automated, then I want to get just decorating, right? Like, I want this place looking beautiful. Alright, our next step is we have to make warming drinks. So however many of these we need to make that many warming drinks. And luckily they're super easy because they're just herbs and water. Okay, and then next step is let's make the anti-poison concoction. But let's just make one for now, right? Because I believe that unlocks our next one. Yes, it does. Antidote. We need the calabash bottle. And sake. That would explain why it's so good. I think for now, we're just going to make a ton of these things because it's really going to do just fine for us. Alright, and now what's nice here is it tells us where to store it. Beverage storage. I've definitely put these, I think I've been placing these inside the general storage is my issue. And there we are. Alright, let's check how that looks for needs. 3,900. Okay, well, I would say that we no longer need to worry about that particular need. Also, we are substantially over the top with meals. Heating is a problem. That's going to be not a problem real soon. And then bevies, I'm going to probably make more wells and just have people on that. Maintenance is obviously a problem because I just don't have the conduit set up. Thank you all for your time in this video. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.